Congratulations, Bianca, on being
Welcome everyone to our 2020 award ceremony. This past year was a year like no other. I don't think that we've ever faced challenges quite as significant as we did this past year. But despite the challenges, our award winners overcame them, rose to the occasion, and got us through the year. And we're here to acknowledge that, recognize them, and honor them for their contributions to public safety here at UCF. I couldn't be prouder to be the chief, to be the AVP over public safety, and it's because of the contributions of so many that we were able to provide a safe environment for our campus community. So with that, I'd like to jump right in. We have a different format, obviously, because of COVID, but I think it's going to be exciting, and I think you'll all enjoy this presentation. So with that, jumping right into the ceremony, next up, Deputy Chief Zambri with some words of wisdom. Dave?
Well, thanks, Chief. I appreciate that. Just want to say our personnel and our officers are out there every day, either working together, working towards public safety, whether it's in the community or behind the scenes. And what you're going to see is just a small sample of the amazing work everybody does here. And just want to say thank you for taking the time. And I'm going to turn it over to Sergeant Casebolt, and he's going to start the program off. Adam, go ahead.
Welcome to the 2020 Public Safety Annual Awards Ceremony. I'm Adam Casebolt, and I get the honor and privilege of presenting this year's award recipients. Each year we typically meet at a large gathering in person, but due to COVID we had to alter our plans and do it in this format. We hope you enjoy today's program. I'd like to start first by thanking all of those who nominated their peers this year for these deserving awards. I'd also like to say a special thank you to the awards committee who voted on and selected their fellow co-workers, as this is a peer-driven awards selection process. I hope you enjoy today's program. First, we're going to begin with the Community Recognition Award. This award obviously is close to the current assignment that I am. I get the opportunity to work with our partners in the community, and it is vital and critical to the success of our organization that we recognize those that help us get our job done in such a great way. This award honors those who have been supportive to the UCF Police Department and overall to the UCF community in 2020. First recipient of the Community Recognition Award, we would like to recognize Additions Financial. A big thanks to Additions Financial for being a supportive community partner by assisting in our Halloween Paramore Kids Zone event, where they donated numerous items for all of the kids. Our second award recipient is Austin Bott. Austin is the person who makes it happen at the UCF downtown campus. He has contacts at UCF Valencia and the city of Orlando, and is the first person we call when there's an issue. Thank you, Austin, for always being there for us. Additionally, Austin funded improvements to the UCF downtown substation, including an upcoming project of making the bathrooms at UCF Downtown PD gender neutral to better show the UCF PD's desire to be an inclusive organization and agency within the UCF community. The next recipient is Michael Gilmer and the Office of Student Conduct. Several of our cases involve Michael Gilmer and the Student Conduct team by submitting students of concern referrals or student affairs referrals. Michael works diligently to keep us all informed while adhering to confidentiality. And his leadership reflects in our investigations, giving a non-law enforcement view into cases. Michael can be called by anyone, anytime, and he always is efficient in his responses to our inquiries and provides necessary information. Thank you very much, Michael. Our next awards recipient is Green Dot. In response to COVID-19 and the absence of in-person trainings and other events, Green Dot was given the opportunity to develop a web course for students, faculty, and staff to continue educating the UCF community about bystander intervention. This course was created by Laura Valley and Davina Caldwell, who worked in partnership with the Student Accessibility Services to ensure the course was accessible for all students. They also worked closely with the Office of Student Conduct to establish the course as an educational sanction for those students who are going through the conduct process as a witness of an event on campus. It also serves as a continuing education credit through human resources in which faculty and staff can receive credit for completing the course. Great job, Green Dot. Next up is Donna Helsel. Donna is a former NAMI and Pathways board member, CIT youth class coordinator, and a longtime CIT supporter. She was one of the founding members of NAMI of Greater Orlando, and she has taught hundreds of family members and those dealing with a mental illness on how to cope with their situations. Donna has literally spent countless hours, tens of thousands of volunteer hours, making a difference in the Central Florida community with their mental health needs. Thank you, Donna, for your compassion and assistance to the community. Next is Keith Honecker. Keith is the voice systems analyst with the UCF IT Telecom Department and has been the driving force in assisting UCF PD with connectivity issues related to emergency planning. Through his efforts, UCF PD now has the benefit of a mobile intermediate distribution frame, which was designed and built by Mr. Honecker and gives us much needed connectivity at remote locations during emergencies. This is especially important as our growing emerging campus community expands to the downtown and other environments. Not only did he save us tens of thousands of dollars, he also offered invaluable consulting regarding connectivity at our family reunification centers and our emergency alternate public safety dispatch center. Thanks, Keith, we appreciate it. The next award recipient is Takara Jordan. Takara is the United to Promote Cultural Awareness Committee Chair and has a commitment to improve not only UCF's reputation in the community, but she truly wants to help and build a connection between UCF PD and the Paramore community at the UCF downtown campus. Due to Takara's efforts, a lasting relationship between the Paramore community and UCF PD was established and will continue to grow. Next up is Tommy Olivares. Tommy Olivares is the Radio Systems Supervisor for the Seminole County government and has worked with UCF PD to include us in their radio shop schedule for radio installations in our police vehicles. He has gone as far as to have his radio shop manager rearrange their work schedules to get us in a timely manner. He has always been a great neighbor to UCF and is always willing to aid and guide us. Great job, Tommy. Next up is Captain Mark Pergola. During the past 2 years, Captain Mark Pergola with the Seminole County Sheriff's Office was the driving force in helping UCF PD acquire much needed portable radios. His actions resulted in our agency acquiring 35 decommissioned Motorola portable radios from the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. Thanks, Captain Pergola. We could not do it without the partnership with your team. Next up is Annette Rogers. Annette is the 911 coordinator for Orange County, and over the past 2 years, Annette has worked with the UCF Police Department on following 911 related projects, allowing our agency to benefit both technically and in cost savings. And that's critical important for us today as we deal with COVID. She has helped us acquire critical training and applicant screening software and provided us with cost savings in our dispatch console replacement project. And for our emergency alternate dispatch site regarding 911 line connectivity and related equipment. Next, and last but not least, Elizabeth Thompson. Elizabeth is the person UCF PD downtown officers call whenever they need help connecting with the UCF community. One example of this was through giving downtown UCF PD members and the rest of the UCF Police Department tours of the Wells-Built Museum. These tours provided our officers with an understanding about the history of the Paramore community we are now privileged to serve. Elizabeth also agreed to serve on the Chief's Advisory Council, where she provided her insight and perspective. Thank you, Elizabeth, and thank you especially to all of those community partners. You've all been wonderful partners in our efforts to continue to improve our connection and our efficiency in serving the UCF community.
And last but not least, we have one more recognition that was given earlier this year over Zoom. I'll let Chief Metzger take it from here.
It's our chance to recognize outstanding performance, and it's a big day for us. But with that, all of you will be recognized for your contributions. It's important. What you're doing really does matter. It makes us better as an agency, but it takes time, right? You're volunteering to be here. You don't have to be, but you are, and I'm grateful because I want to hear feedback from our campus community so that we can better serve, so we want to recognize that.
Next up is agency commendations. Now it's the time where we recognize individuals for their exemplary performance of services to the UCF Police Department. And first up is Jeffrey Hopkins. Jeffrey Hopkins is one of our officers on the midnight shift, and he's receiving the Chief's Commendation for productivity. Officer Jeff Hopkins was a reliable and steady performer in 2020. Despite the university's depopulation due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Officer Hopkins remained busy and productive. We'll let the numbers speak for themselves. Officer Hopkins completed 476 traffic stops and 93 MRW reports. He completed 10 DUI arrests, 8 driving while license suspended arrests, 5 drug arrests, 6 traffic-related non-DUI or suspended license arrests, and 5 warrant arrests. He also submitted several drug and alcohol referrals. Great job in staying busy and helping serve the UCF community, Jeff. Thanks a lot, bud. Next up is Andrew O'Mara. His commendation is being issued for the outstanding work that he did in 2020 that unfortunately was defined by the COVID-19 pandemic. Andrew was able to keep all of our agency staff productive and effective, utilizing technology while working remotely. He was able to organize the purchase of additional equipment, licenses, set up laptops, and just a whole lot of work that he typically is not responsible to coordinate. He did a great job leading his team in their efforts, and their commitment never wavered throughout the year, and they did an outstanding job implementing new measures and keeping everyone safe and functional, keeping morale up while working from home in a remote location. Great job, Andrew. Next up is Commander James Mangan, who is receiving the Chief's Commendation for Community and Engagement. After previously serving as the Criminal Investigations Division Commander for several years, James transitioned to the Regional Patrol Division in February. As the patrol commander at the regional campuses, James realized it was his mission to integrate his officers into the UCF downtown and Paramore community by gaining trust and being as transparent as possible. He made community engagement his top priority for 2020. And it definitely showed. He was able to organize several community outreach initiatives with several different groups within the UCF downtown campus and all of the surrounding communities. Great job, Commander Mangan. For our next commendation, this is a group award. There's several officers that were much deserving in a situation that occurred in our night shift. Corporal Frank Imparato, Corporal Ricardo Lopez, Officer Jeff Hopkins, Officer Johan Rojas, and Officer Julie Wilk. After observing 2 cars racing on Alafaya Trail, these squad mates worked together to conduct a traffic stop on the campus. Upon investigation, several guns, including a rifle, were found inside one of the vehicles, and the driver of that vehicle also had a suspended license. The driver was arrested for driving violations as well as carrying a concealed firearm. During his encounter with the arrestee, Officer Rojas was professional, empathetic, and very transparent. His colleagues who stayed behind at the scene were just as professional as they dealt with upset passengers and bystanders. They all calmly handled what could have been a very volatile and dangerous encounter. Great job, everyone. Our first unit citation goes to the UCF IT department. The recipients include Andrew O'Mara, Christopher Rains, Eli Rivera Maldonado, Philip Lopez, Jason Francis, Calvin Soto, Mahala Thomason, Donna Jackson, and Carl Truesdell. Earlier, we recognized Andrew O'Mara for his achievements in leading the IT unit during a very difficult year. Now, we would like to honor those on his team for keeping the PD running while the majority of employees were working remotely. Not only did they remain on task to continue previous projects before the pandemic, but they took on new projects and completed them in a timely manner. All these individuals went above and beyond to ensure UCF's public safety team could continue to work effectively, which was why they are receiving a unit citation for their great efforts. Great job, IT team. The next award is the Community Service Award. Starting this year, UCF PD would like to recognize those officers who have become a part of their community they serve rather than simply patrolling it. For their community service efforts at the downtown campus, the inaugural award recipients are Corporal James Roop, Officer Maurice Thompson, Officer Maya Tolentino, Sergeant Chase Crane, and Officer Albert Similian. These officers were more than willing to attend several different events throughout the year and engage with several local groups in the Paramore community. Tolentino, Roop, and Thompson spoke with the children of the New Image Youth Center on bullying by using a life-size gingerbread man to explain how bullying rips a person apart and leaves scars after being put back together. Chase, Maurice, and Albert were also commended for playing flag football with a group of kids from the ACE school, where they also discussed the important role police officers play in the community and reassure them that they can trust UCF PD to do the right thing and to help when needed. The next award is the Chief's Diversity and Inclusion Award. In 2020, Chief Carl Metzger instituted an agency award to recognize an officer or officers that go above and beyond the call of duty to create relationships and partnerships with those who are committed to diversity and inclusion. This year, the award recipients are Detective Bianca Becker, Officers Ashley Gonzalez, and Monica Cumbayo. They were awarded this award for their collective effort and hard work as the UCF PD's LGBTQ+ community liaisons. As the community liaisons, they served as agency points of contact and spokespersons to the LGBTQ+ community, as well as representatives for the police department leadership. Their efforts as liaisons are voluntary in addition to their normal, regular duties as police officers and detectives. They are all credible and have the ability to build trust within the LGBTQ+ community, while being compassionate and understanding. They are a true asset to the UCF Police Department and the UCF community. Great job, ladies. The next award is the Life Saving Award. We have the coveted Life Saving Award, where individuals are recognized for their exceptional law enforcement duty in saving a human life. The first recipient for this award this year is Sergeant Alan Elliott. After responding to a call of an unresponsive male at the Celeste Hotel on campus, Sergeant Elliott discovered the subject had a history of drug abuse and was likely suffering from a drug overdose. Sergeant Elliott administered naloxone, but the subject did not regain consciousness. Sergeant Elliott began to perform CPR, and by the time fire rescue had arrived, the man was awake and now speaking. If not for Sergeant Elliott's quick actions, this individual likely would not have survived. And for that, we are awarding Alan with the Life Saving Award. Great job, Alan. Next up, we have a pair of recipients for the Life Saving Award, and they are Officer Tyrone Jackson and Officer Jose Morales. Officer Jackson and Morales responded to a call about a distressed female sitting on top of a ledge of a parking garage on campus. Both officers used effective and excellent communication skills, compassion, and their crisis intervention team training to coach the individual to step away from the ledge. Jackson and Morales were able to secure the individual and place her into protective custody. Because of their ability to work as a team to prevent the loss of life, Officer Jackson and Morales are being presented with a Life Saving Award. Great job, guys. 2020 was a busy year for Life Saving Awards, and we have one additional recipient. This recipient is Officer Greg Nelson. Officer Greg Nelson was on his way home after a day-long in-service training at Valencia College's Public Safety Criminal Justice Institute, when an individual flagged him down for help, someone who had been shot and struck by a vehicle. Officer Nelson immediately started providing aid to the victim, who had been shot in the leg and had lost a good amount of blood. He communicated the issue and the emergency to the UCF Dispatch Communications Center to receive backup and medical assistance. But because of his preparedness and situational awareness and compassion, he was able to provide these life-saving efforts, which is why he is being honored with the Life Saving Award. Great job, Officer Nelson. Before we move on to the Of the Year awards, we would like to recognize the fourth quarterly award winners. The sworn employee of the fourth quarter of 2020 is Officer Jeffrey Hector. After responding to a well-being check on Thanksgiving, Officer Hector returned the next day with a Thanksgiving meal to share with the person he had checked on the day before. Later, the person expressed their gratitude for the gesture to one of our dispatchers, who nominated him for Sworn Employee of the Quarter. Great job, Officer Hector, on that compassionate act. The next award winner is an outstanding young man, Thomas Newman. He was a dual award winner for the fourth quarter award. He won not only the Civilian Employee of the Quarter, but also Dispatcher of the Year. Thomas was nominated multiple times for both awards, which should tell you a lot about him. Not only does Thomas have a high level of initiative, he is also professional, knowledgeable, kind, patient, and caring with all callers. As an example, during an interview with a detective about a sexual assault, both victims had a very positive things to say about him, who took their original call in dispatch. Both females stated that Thomas was knowledgeable, empathetic, and very kind to them. The victims had some initial confusion on whether the incident occurred, occurred within UCF or Orange County's jurisdiction, but said Thomas was helpful in resolving their problems and was very patient. It was clear Thomas undoubtedly made a positive impact on their experience with UCF PD. Outstanding job, Thomas. Now, we're going to move on to the Of the Year Awards. We now present these awards to employees who have gone above and beyond the call of duty and service to the UCF community. The first Of the Year award is the Department of Security and Emergency Management Employee of the Year. This year's recipient is Brian Gary. Whether it's football, protest events, hurricanes or storm-related incidents, or just emergency management mock and training events, Brian is always the most prepared person in the room. He is extremely detail-oriented and has a huge knowledge in the area, and he remains calm under pressure. His preparedness and work ethic allows him to do his job so well that it makes our jobs easy when these events happen. Great job, Brian. Next up is the Victim Specialist of the Year Award. And in 2020, that award goes to Lauren Portal. Lauren has gotten so much accomplished this past year. She assisted in creating the Nights in the Know web course when COVID-19 forced the campus to work and go to school remotely, which enabled Victim Services to continue to host events and share resources to the entire campus community in a virtual format. She also became part of the CISM, or the Critical Incident Stress Management team, and is representing UCF at the Metropolitan Bureau of Investigation. Although she's essentially been on call 24/7 since August, she is still always willing to assist with presentations at UCF. Victims and her colleagues at Victim Services are lucky to have her as a fellow victim specialist. Great job, Lauren. It's been a pleasure working with you. Next up is the Civilian Supervisor of the Year Award, and that award goes to Kelly DeArmas. Often overlooked, Kelly DeArmas is a superior employee and a great supervisor. Having been part of UCF PD for the past 28 years, she has a vast knowledge of both UCF and the PD that only a seasoned employee can have. She is always willing to share her knowledge with whoever needs it and can be counted on to help on projects whenever needed. She is a true asset to our agency. Next up is the Sworn Supervisor of the Year. And this year's recipient is Corporal Frank Imperato. Frank has served as the Regional Campus Patrol Supervisor on both day and night shift, and then transferred to the main campus patrol. Upon his arrival to Delta Shift, Corporal Imperato was able to increase the morale along with their productivity. He is an active member of the squad and leads by example, conducting traffic stops and responding to calls for service regularly. Apart from his supervisor duties, he has taken the lead as a DUI traffic coordinator and works with Orange County Sheriff's Office and other agencies to conduct multi-agency enforcement saturation details. Corporal Imperato is also an active DUI and drug recognition expert instructor and represents our agency well to officers throughout the state, winning several local and state DUI awards. Great job, Frank. Speaking of DUI, our next award recipient is for DUI Officer of the Year, and that award goes to Officer Jose Morales. A global pandemic could not stop Officer Morales from his impaired driving enforcement efforts and his desire to keep the roadways of our community safe from drunk and impaired drivers. In 2020, he was able to remove 14 impaired drivers from the roadways, and his efforts undoubtedly saved countless lives of innocent people. Officer Morales has a natural ability to detect impairment, which is evident by his yearly statistics. Keep up the good work, Jose. Next up is the Field Training Officer of the Year Award, and this year's recipient is Sergeant Christopher Holt. During a hectic year, Sergeant Holt assisted the agency and stepped up to train 3 recruits at the beginning of 2020. After talking with some of his former recruits, they expressed an immense sense of gratitude for the time he took to explain our agency's policies and procedures and giving them the skills that they need to do this job well. He did this while also completing his duties as a midnight shift supervisor. Great job, Chris Holt. Thanks, buddy. Next up is the Crisis Intervention Team Officer of the Year. This award recipient goes to Officer Don Ferrara. I was able to experience and watch this event firsthand, and I want to thank you personally, Don, for the excellent job that you do each day and in this encounter. A UCF student walked into the Community Outreach Center in the Student Union to inquire about his belongings that were being held for safekeeping by the police department. After chatting with the student, Dawn discovered that he was homeless, and she provided him with the opportunity to vent about his frustrations and concerns. She not only answered his questions, but she offered him advice. But the best thing is she provided him with a home-cooked meal that she had brought in for her and her colleagues that day. While he was eating, she put together a care package with snacks and other staples that he would need because the UCF pantry was closed due to the winter break. In this encounter, Dawn displayed in every way the reasons we use the concepts of crisis intervention. She recognized his situation, approached him with an understanding attitude, and treated him with dignity and respect. Officer Ferrara took the time to listen and ask him questions which were not demeaning or offensive. She lifted him up, even in small gesture, which he will hopefully never forget. After being told that the student was safe and at home with his mother, Dawn replied, "Those kids are my kids when their parents aren't around. I take it personally, especially when they need help and attention." Because of this compassion, Officer Dawn Ferrara is hereby awarded the UCF Police Department CIT Officer of the Year. Great job, Dawn. Next up is the Employee of the Year, and that award recipient goes to a much deserving employee who works as part of our threat management team, and that is Allison Sienkiewicz. She has been very hard, dedicated worker and a great liaison between the threat management team and patrol and the rest of the agency. Allison is the backbone of the Criminal Investigations Division and the heart and soul of the threat management team. In 2020, she completed training for the new threat management team and CID patrol investigators and created standard operating procedures and a new threat management team tracking system. She is always available to answer questions to anyone in the department, and because of her hard work, she is this year's 2020 Employee of the Year. Great job, Allison. And last but not least is the award for Officer of the Year. This year's Officer of the Year is being presented to Detective Bianca Becker. Officer Becker continually impresses with her high moral character and natural law enforcement abilities. She has become a leader and role model and sets an example for every department member to follow. As a sex crimes investigator, which is a focus area of our agency, she is compassionate to everyone she encounters and embodies the start by believing mentality. Officer Becker successfully cleared out multiple open cases while learning how to police at our new downtown campus. It's a testament to her character and work ethic. Detective Becker, who is also part of the ERT, the Emergency Response Team, and the Critical Incident Stress Management Team. She responded to downtown protests when called upon, always displaying a high level of integrity and professionalism with members of the community and other department members, and is always the first to volunteer and assist her squad when needed. Because of all of her dedication and hard work in 2020, we are proud to call her the Officer of the Year. Great job, Detective Becker.
To all the members of the UCF Public Safety family, thank you for your incredible work during this most challenging past year. From the start of the pandemic to now, it has been quite a different year for UCF, and I know you in particular have been affected. But I also know you've risen to the occasion in countless ways. You often deal with people experiencing their worst times, but you do so while putting your best feet forward. You lead with compassion and care. I appreciate you and congratulate you on a year well done. Thank you for all you do. Charge on.